Welcome to this edition of On the Scene. I'm your host, Tim Butler. Today we're going to be finding out all the great things that Suffolk Park and Recreation has going on this summer. Stay tuned. Welcome back. I'm here today with Emily Upton, the Special Events Coordinator with Suffolk Parks and Recreation. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Not too bad. Thank you for asking. Now, we're here to kind of learn a little bit more about TGI Friday, the concert series. What can you tell me about it?
Yeah, so we're excited. The summer's finally here. So we're starting a little earlier this year. We start our concerts on June 8th.
Okay.
So what TGIF is a summer concert series in our parks. We do it at two different parks. We do them at Constance Wharf Park and Marina in downtown Suffolk, and then at Bennett's Creek Park in northern Suffolk. So it is a fun, family, free event out in the parks. We host them on Friday nights, so it's the TGIF concerts. And they are just a great way to get out in the community, free family fun.
Okay. What do they start at the same time at both venues, or?
So no, so we start in downtown Suffolk, so June 8th, and then the following 3 Fridays will be in downtown Suffolk at Constance Wharf Park and Marina, and then July 20th we'll move up to Bennett's Creek Park, and the following 4 Fridays we'll have 5 concerts out there this year are at Bennett's Creek Park.
What time do they start?
So the park opens at 6 o'clock for visitors, and then the band takes the stage at 6:30, and they'll play music till 9:30.
Okay. Now, when somebody goes, is there something else kind of there besides just the band performing?
So we have food vendors. We have some great food trucks out there.
Okay.
We have some merchant vendors too if you want to do a little shopping, and then always fun for the kids. We have the bounce houses set up, some cornhole, and some fun games for them to play too.
Okay. Now, with that, is there any cost to do like the bounce house or the cornhole or any of the other stuff?
Nope, not at the concert series. It's all free, family fun.
Very nice. With that, do people need to bring anything with them?
Yeah, if you want to come out and bring some chairs to sit on or some blankets, that way you have a comfortable seat to watch the band. Okay.
With the bands that you talked about, do you know who's performing already?
Yeah, we're kicking off with the Fuzz Band on June 8th. Definitely a fan favorite out there. We have some great returning ones, of course, the Touch of Spice, Tidewater Drive Band, and I know everyone's big favorite, the DeLoreans, which will be July 20th out at Bennett's Creek Park. We have Cheap Thrills, and one coming new to us this year is Vinyl Headlights, so we're excited to see how they sound.
Okay. You kind of touched on this about vendors are going to be there as well. You talked about the food trucks and different vendors like that. What other kind of vendors can people expect?
So we have anything from Scentsy vendors to selling candles to clothing vendors. The Salty Gypsy will be out there, which is a clothing boutique in a truck. So she's a clothing truck, not a food truck. So, but yeah, we have the great food trucks with a variety of everything from dinner. You can come out and have dinner with your family out in the park to ice cream trucks as well. Okay.
Do people need to worry about like finding spaces or anything like that, or do they have to worry about not having enough room or getting there earlier?
No, there's plenty of space out in the park. At Bennett's Creek Park, we have some easy parking out there for you. In Constance Wharf, there's some great local parking lots around the area to come in, walk in over to the park.
Okay, wonderful. Where can people go to find out some more information?
Of course, our website has all this information on there, and as well as my contact information. So if you go to the Suffolk website, suffolkva.us/parks, there's a tab for special events, and it'll have all your information there.
Okay. On the website as well, will it kind of talk about, along with that information, will it also talk about like who the sponsors are and things like that?
Of course, and thanks for bringing that up. We'd love to thank our sponsors. This year, our presenting sponsor is Barton Ford out in Suffolk. We also have Penner and Coward Attorneys at Law, Suffolk Insurance, the new Bridgeport in North Suffolk, as well as Suffolk Insurance.
Okay. Well, now what we're going to do is kind of change gears a little bit. Kind of same thing, but a little bit different. Let's talk about the Stars and Stripes Spectacular.
Of course. Very similar to our TGIF, but just a little amped up. So we hold our Stars and Stripes 4th of July Spectacular on July 4th. We have it on the holiday. And it's out at Constance Wharf Park and Marina, again in downtown Suffolk. Sits right behind the Hilton on Constance Road. And we will have a fireworks show as well as the bands and a large children's area, which is a little different than our regular just 2 bounce houses out of the TGIF summer concerts. So there is a $5 children's fee, but we have tons of bounce houses, tons of crafts, and it's a $5 all you can bounce all night.
Okay, so the $5 isn't like an admittance kind of thing. It's just for if you want to bring the kids and do some of the activities that are there for the kids. it's the $5 to be able to do all of that for the entire evening.
Exactly. So it's free for the event, for the main concert and the fireworks show, just $5 for that bounce. So if you were just coming after a family picnic for the fireworks, no cost at all for you unless you'd like to get some food from one of our food vendors. Otherwise, if you'd like to come and make an evening of it, we have the bounce house area for the children.
Now, you talked about bands at this. Which bands are going to be performing there?
Hotcakes will be the band out at our 4th of July. So we're excited to have them this year.
What time would you recommend for someone to come?
Of course. Park opens at 5:30. Band will take the stage at 6 o'clock. And then the fireworks show is at 9 o'clock right there on the water.
Okay. Do people need to bring anything like to that? Do they need to bring lawn chairs or towels or?
Same deal as the concert. So bring a blanket to sit on, lawn chairs. We don't have any restrictions on that. So bring out what you feel comfortable with and have a fun evening out there.
What about parking?
Parking for that one's a little different.
Okay.
Since it's a little more populated event, we do offer shuttle parking. So if you go to our municipal parking lots, we have one behind the Godwin Courthouse building as well as at the Municipal Center. We will run shuttles all evening starting at 5:15 and they'll run till all the patrons are out of the park at 9:30.
Okay, very nice. Again, with the Stars and Stripes Spectacular, if someone wants to find out more information, where can they go for that?
Same website, so that's suffolkva.us/parks special events. That'll be right there for you as well.
Well, wonderful. Well, Emily, thank you so much for being here today and sharing with us about the TGIF concert series and about Stars and Stripes Spectacular.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Stay tuned. We're going to have more on the scene coming up next. Welcome back. I'm here with Mike Frickanese, the Recreation Manager with Suffolk Parks and Recreation. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about the summer camps that are being put on by Suffolk Parks and Recreation and a little bit more about Cypress Park Pool. How are you doing today?
I'm well. Thank you for having me.
Very glad to have you. So what can you tell us about some of these summer camps?
Thank you for asking. We have a lot of summer camps, very busy season for us, summertime. We have several different camps for a variety of age groups. They all run 8 weeks long, so they begin June 25th, so there's about a week off after the end of school to where our summer camps begin, from June 25th all the way to August 17th, 8 weeks of summer camp. We have one called Planet Recreation, which is for pre-K4 all the way up through rising 6th graders, and that's offered at several different joint use facilities throughout our Parks and Recreation sites. And then we also have what's called a Discover Your Future program, which is rising 7th graders, so it kind of follows on after that up to rising 10th graders, and that's held at the East Suffolk Recreation Center. Then we also have something called a Hoops for Life, also another 8-week camp. It's a basketball camp. It runs again from August 25th through the 17th, and that's held at the Kings Fork Recreation Center. So that's a mixture of basketball skills plus life skills.
Okay.
All of these camps, the cost includes field trips and t-shirts.
Okay.
Some of the camps offer breakfast and lunch. So what we need you to do is when you register for camp, you want to ask about that.
Okay.
Some of these sites will offer the USDA Summer Food Service Program, so they'll feed breakfast and lunch.
Okay.
So just ask the counselor when you sign up about whether or not breakfast and lunch is provided.
Lunch or not.
Right, otherwise the child will need to bring their lunch. And we also have some what we call specialty camps.
Okay.
So our camps run again from June 25th all the way through August 17th, 8 weeks, and that leaves about 2 weeks at the end of that camp to the beginning of school. So we've added in some other camps in there to help provide opportunities for your kids.
Okay.
One of which is something called the Outdoor Adventure Camp we call OAK. That's held at Sleepy Hole Park.
Okay.
And that runs from August 20th through August 30th. And that's 2 one-week sessions. And we also have something called an art camp, which is held at the Suffolk Art Gallery on Bosley. And the same thing from August 20th through August 30th in 2 one-week sessions. There's also another specialty camp held during the middle of the summer that runs from June 25th all the way through July 27th. It's something called Camp Limitless. It's for children and adolescents with special needs and abilities.
Okay.
And that program is held out at the Planners Club near Sleepy Hole Park. And we have a golf camp, which is July 23rd through the 27th. It's called Hook a Kid on Golf. It teaches the basics about rules, etiquette, course management, and that's held at Sleepy Hole Golf Course. So the price of that includes t-shirt, golf clubs, and a hat. Great deal.
Oh wow, yeah, really good
Very
deal.
nice deal. And then, of course, we have swim lessons available at the pool this year that also start on June 25th, and then they'll run through the rest of the year. So if you're interested in any of our summer camps and would like a rundown of the times and the locations and then the cost, customers can go right to our website and they can get what's called a parent handbook, and they
Okay.
can download this right away, and it can tell them all about the camps, and it can even give them a point of contact to who they can email
Talk to about
or
that
talk
particular
to.
camp.
Exactly. So
Okay.
they can ask, what time does it run? Is lunch and breakfast provided?
Uh-huh.
And even when and where are the field trips? So the field trips are already planned out,
Okay.
and that's important for parents to know because they may or may not, for example, need a lunch on a field trip day. So they
Okay.
want to know when the field trips are and where they're going. So they can download that. Or you can come to the administration office over on 134 South 6th Street, and you can pick up one of our summer brochures or one of our flyers, and it'll tell you all the information about our camps, our summer camps.
Okay. Now, you touched base on a couple of what the specialty camps are going to be doing.
Right.
What kind of activities can someone expect during a couple of the other camps that you talked about?
In our Planet Recreation Camp, which is your pre-K4 all the way up to rising 6th graders, and in our Discover Your Future Camp, which will be your rising 7th graders through 10th graders, the activities are planned out throughout the week. So besides the breakfast and lunch and field trips, so every week there's a field trip.
Okay.
There are planned activities, arts and craft, athletic events. There also might be guest speakers who come in and talk about lessons that we think are important to the children, whatever the appropriate age is for those lessons.
Okay.
And then they'll also do every camp also makes a trip to the pool. So every camp has a pool day.
Okay.
So they'll go one day and the pool will be available to just those kids in that camp on that day.
I don't mean to interrupt you.
No, no,
but
sir.
when they go to the pool, is it just an open swim, or are they there and they're getting like a swim lesson type thing,
It's
or
an
a
op-
hybrid of both?
It's an open swim.
Okay.
But we also have swim lessons available to just our camps.
Okay.
So we have swim lessons available to the public, but we've also set aside dates and times for just the camps. So again, when you register your child, go ahead and ask the counselor about swim lessons, because if you register for the camp and the swim lessons for the camp, during the swim lessons, your child will get on a bus and go take the swim lessons and then come back to the camp.
Okay.
So the pool will just be for that particular site for those swim lessons on that day.
Oh,
So you can
that's
go to
nice.
camp, you can get swim lessons, you can have a pool day, you can go on field trips, a lot of activities outside. And every year the camps will end with a big carnival. So a big get-together, grilling, a lot of activities, kind of like what you used to call a field day at school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So it gives a great chance to kind of like wrap everything up with a really big like send-off.
Exactly.
Oh, wonderful. You touched base on Cypress Park Pool. What do you have going on this summer there? Is there, I think I heard there's a new registration policy with that?
There is, absolutely. I appreciate you asking me. So Cypress Park Pool, for those who aren't familiar with it, is the city's only community pool. It's a seasonal pool. It's open from Memorial Day all the way up until the day before Labor Day. So it's open right now. It's open weekends only right now, though.
Okay.
So it's just Saturdays and Sundays from 2 to 6. Starting June 25th, it'll run from Tuesdays all the way through Sunday. So basically Monday it's closed to the public,
Okay.
except for swim lessons, from 2 to 6 every day. So free and open to the public. But what we've done this year is we are using pool passes. That's
Okay.
what the button's all about. So it's still free and open to the public. We're just asking the parents or guardians of that particular household to come on into the administration office or to the pool. We make it real easy for them. You can go right to the pool and you can register, sign up your household, sign up every child in your household, and then every child from 7 and up will get a key fob, kind of little card that will scan in. So we'll take your picture, you'll have a key fob, we'll scan you in. The children that are under 7, we'll just still sign them in.
Okay.
So everybody's going to have a pool pass this year.
Just a nice way of kind of keeping track of who's coming in and
Absolutely, absolutely. So it's a way of controlling the crowd, the amount of people that are in there, knowing who's in there, so for safety, for liability, and it also helps us keep a really good track and count of how many people are using the pool at any moment.
Okay. At the pool, we talked about swim lessons for the camps coming in.
Right.
Are there swim lessons for the general public?
Yes, there are. Swim lessons for the general public. We have beginner swim for children
Okay.
and for adults. And then we also have an intermediate swim for children and adults. And it's a Red Cross swim program
Okay.
taught by a certified Red Cross swim instructor. And they all begin on June 25th. And then they run throughout the season. Swim lessons are 2 weeks long, or basically 8 days or
Okay.
8 hours. So we set in a day in there for bad weather if there's bad weather.
In case
so
it
they're
rains.
Exactly. So they're Monday through Thursday. In case it rains, there's Fridays available also. Swim lessons are $30
Okay.
for the 2 weeks. You can get the schedule for the swim lessons by visiting our website, and you go right to registration, and it'll show you all the dates and times for all of those. Or if you call up there, we can give you those as well.
Okay.
One other thing I'd like to say too is we want to make the pool pass is new this year. It's new to customers. Our pool is very popular. If anybody wants to visit it, it's the Cypress Park Pool, which is in the Hollywood neighborhood, which is off of East Washington. And it usually gets very busy, been open for a long time. But this year we're asking people to get pool passes, and we want to make that as customer friendly as possible. So one of the things we're going to do is have a pool pass party. So on June 16th, if folks that live in the neighborhood would like to come on out to Cypress Park, we're going to have a cookout from 1 to 6 p.m. So we're going to have food and allow you an opportunity to register for a pool pass and give you a pool pass that day
Oh, wow.
as well.
So that sounds great. It sounds like a great opportunity to be able to come out, to get registered,
Right.
and to get some free food.
Yes,
I mean,
definitely.
who doesn't enjoy food?
Everybody. We offer programs throughout the city. It can be difficult sometimes for some of our customers up in northern Suffolk to get down to some of our programs in the other end, like our basketball camp that's all the way out at Kings Fork Recreation Center. So what we're offering again this year for the second year in a row is a shuttle service.
Okay.
So if you see that our basketball camp, which is a wonderful camp for kids 8 to 15, is in the other end of town, you're saying, man, I can't get out there. Well, we have a shuttle that'll pick your children up at Northern Shores or Creekside, which is up in the northern end.
Okay.
Bring
And
you
bring 'em all
down
the
to
way down.
Discover Your Future or Hoops for Life. Again, just when you go to register, ask the counselor about that.
Okay, so it gives an opportunity for those that live maybe a little bit farther away if their parents can't make it to all the
Exactly.
way down here. What they can do is they can at least drop them off somewhere, and then are at one of those locations, and they can
Right.
drop them off. They'll take them to the.
That's right.
That's nice. That's
Trying
great.
to connect all of Suffolk.
That sounds wonderful. Mike, thank you so much for being here with us today and giving us all that great information about the pool, Cypress Park Pool, the summer camps that are being put on by Suffolk Park and Recreation, and the specialty camps.
Thank you for having me.
That's all for this edition of On the Scene. We'll see you next time.